Hi guys, today's video is going to be very exciting as I will be talking about hype fragrances in social media. So in today's video, I have 6 fragrances to review and let you know if I like them, if I don't like them, or I love it so much that I need a full bottle. Today's video is a mix of affordable and luxury fragrances, and I can't wait to share with you guys my thoughts about them because these are getting viral right now. Yeah, let's go. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Joanna and I do reviews and recommendations of affordable and luxury fragrances in my channel. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, then please do keep watching and maybe consider subscribing. I'm gonna start off with a fragrance that has just been released last week, and it's from the house of Maison Crivelli, and this is called Tubéreuse Astrale. It's an extra de parfum, and I only have a 5 ml bottle. I felt so excited because aside from it coming from the house of Maison Crivelli, it is also done by my favorite perfumer, Mr. Cantindish. And you guys, as the name suggests, Tubéreuse, I was already expecting for it to have that tuberose, but then, you know, since it's Maison Crivelli, I was expecting it to be a complex kind of tuberose. And yes, it is a very complex tuberose and leather kind of scent. This was my scent of the day yesterday. I wore it like full day, and what I can tell you is that this has a monstrous projection and longevity. A very typical Maison Crivelli scent. It will last you all day long and it will project. You don't need a lot of sprays of this scent. It will linger on your skin and on clothes. Now let's talk about the scent. The opening of this fragrance is very heavy in cinnamon. I feel like I have a handful of cinnamon powder right in front of me, and there are sprinkles of tuberose on top of it. That's what I get in the beginning. Then, you know, as it dries down, there is something soury and just unpleasant to my nose. And I cannot pinpoint which one is it, but I have a feeling that it is the osmanthus. It feels like sour and just very peculiar. I know that it is a very heavy tuberose scent. However, there is a big contrast coming from a slightly animalic leather in here. So imagine like a spiced bubblegummy type of tuberose with a leather base that is not very smooth to my nose. And you know what's fascinating about this fragrance? Like in the air, it smells like very floral, but at the same time, the contrast of leather in here is too strong that to my nose, I feel like they are two separate scents trying to be one. It is very light and airy. Like imagine the feel of hibiscus mahajad. You know, it feels very light and airy. However, it is very potent. They are the same when it comes to that category. So light and airy. However, this one has a very spiced note in it that is a bit disturbing to my nose. So I'm gonna describe this as a spiced bubble gum tuberose, and what I mean by spice is actually cinnamony. Okay, so it is a cinnamony bubblegummy tuberose that has a slightly animalic leather. It is such a complex fragrance in the air and in the scent bubble that it is giving me. However, when I put my nose on my skin, this is straight up tuberose, like, you know, the normal tuberose that you expect from a tuberose dominant fragrance. As a matter of fact, I asked the opinion of my husband about this, so I let him sniff the area where I sprayed this fragrance, and he told me that he knows it. By the way, he's not really into fragrances like me, but you know, he appreciates nice scent. And what he told me about this is that he has smelled this fragrance before. And I told him that you definitely have not smelled this fragrance before because this is new. And he told me like, it doesn't seem like I know this fragrance. And you know, because of that comment, I know that what I'm smelling from this fragrance is valid. Like if I smell it close to my nose, this is just straight up tuberose, like a typical heady tuberose. But then when it comes to the scent bubble that it gives me, it smells very complex. It's a bubblegummy tuberose that is spicy and a little bit animalic as well because of the leather. It gives off that very light and airy feel. However, it is very potent and strong. This has a beast mode longevity and projection. Now, do I like it? No. And I'll be very honest with you guys, I am not vibing with this fragrance at all. To me, this is heady, and even though it is complex and I love complex fragrances, I'm just not into it. That's about it. Tubéreuse Astrale by Maison Crivelli. Now, speaking of Maison Crivelli, the second fragrance is a release from last year, I think. And this is called Oud Maracuja. I don't have a bottle of it yet because it is sold out everywhere. And you guys, I have talked about this fragrance in my previous video. And if you watch that, you know already how much I love this fragrance. This is a very realistic passion fruit in the opening. And then as it dries down, it has that very rich and luxurious oud, leather, and patchouli combo that is just so good. I love this fragrance. So basically, if Tubéreuse Astrale didn't work out for me, this is a big love and a must-have for me. To me, this is the most realistic passion fruit fragrance that I've ever smelled. This literally smells like cutting up a passion fruit in the middle, okay? And I love how dry the saffron is in this fragrance, along with the very smooth oud leather combo. Some might find this fragrance masculine leaning, but I must say that for me, this is just right in the middle. Like, I will wear this fragrance. This has a beast mode longevity and projection. I really love this one. Approve the hype, and yeah, hopefully they will put this back in stock because I need a bottle of this. Yeah, so that is Oud Maracuja. If you are looking for a realistic passion fruit that has a very sensual and luxurious base, highly recommend this one. Oud Maracuja by Maison Crivelli. So after talking about beast mode fragrances, I'm gonna talk about something that is just very light and airy. And this is a body mist from Sol de Janeiro. This is number 59. Guys, when this came out, I was so excited to have it. I have the body cream as well, by the way, because it was advertised as a sandalwood-based kind of scent. And what can I say? I love this one. Especially this mist layered with the body cream. It smells delicious. This has a very creamy sandalwood, a touch of that violet note that I really love in perfumes. And I find it sweet. And what I mean by sweet is like sugary sweet, but not cloying. And it has that vanilla orchid note that I don't really know what exactly smells like. But to me, this is like a sugary, sweet, musky, and creamy sandalwood scent that I wouldn't mind to spray just before going to bed, or just, you know, when I feel like just lounging in the house. It has a very airy and fluffy vanilla. Also, I find the body cream of this as a very good layering base of any woody and musky fragrances that I have. Not sure if it's my favorite Sol de Janeiro scent. I don't know, maybe the second one, because my favorite, I think, will still be the original pistachio bum bum scent, and this will be the second one. Love this one, and yeah, for me, I approve the hype. Sol de Janeiro number 59 body mist. Next up is something that I was so excited to try, to the point that I bought the whole discovery box of Jusbox perfumes just to try out this particular scent. And this is called Carioca Heart. And since I heard that this is like a fruity, coconutty scent, I was so eager to try it because that's normally my vibe during summertime. And what can I say? The mango and pineapple are very prominent here. The coconut is there just enough to give this fragrance that milkiness along with the sandalwood. It is very smooth and well blended, in my opinion, because I notice when a perfume is too fruity, I tend to dislike them. But this one, I must say, is very well blended or very well backed up with with that creamy sandalwood and coconut. So it is so pleasant to my nose. It has a rum note in it. However, it's not too strong. It is just perfectly blended, guys. I like this one, okay? But let me tell you something. This is very close to Angel Eye Star by Mugler. However, I must say that this is more well blended. They are kind of like same to my nose. Not a dupe, okay? Not a dupe, but definitely same vibes. This is a big like for me, but since I have Zina by Khalees and I find that fragrance more potent than this one, and also I find the coconut note in that fragrance is more prominent, I don't think I need Carioca Heart in my collection. And as I have tried the discovery box of Jusbox perfumes, I think my favorite is Sirens and Sailors. Yeah, that's my vibe. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about that fragrance, I think, in other videos. But then, yeah, going back to Carioca Heart, it is a very good fragrance. However, I don't need it because I have Zina by Khalees already. And to me, they're like kind of the same, like tropical and coconutty kind of scent. When it comes to longevity and projection, I'm not a beast mode performer, but it is good, guys, like moderate, will last you around 6 to 7 hours. And it has a moderate projection as well. Yeah, Carioca Heart by Jusbox. Right, next fragrance is something that I was very curious to try. And this is called Carmina by Creed. And I believe this was released as well, like late last year. And, you know, since it has a cherry note, I was very excited to try this one out. The kind of cherry that is in here is a black cherry. So imagine that extremely ripe cherry. So it's very sweet, but not syrupy sweet, okay? Mixed with very dry saffron, a lot of roses, peony, violet, musk, and frankincense in the base. I find this one very sexy and sensual kind of cherry. It is reminding me of a fragrance that I already own, and right now I can't think about which one is it. This is giving me like Parfums de Marly Delina exclusive plus sour cherry. Yeah, so that's what I am getting out of this fragrance. Very nice, definitely very sexy. It is a big like for me. When it comes to longevity and projection, it is very good. And I must say that the first 2 hours of this gives a strong projection. But then as it dries down, it becomes moderate. I really, really like this fragrance. But I won't be getting a full bottle of it since I have a lot of sexy cherry fragrances already in my collection. Definitely giving me Delina vibes plus sour cherry. Big like, but won't be getting a full bottle. Yeah, that is Carmina by Creed. Last but not the least is the very much talked about Lattafa fragrance when it was released, and this is TERIAQ. Okay, I normally do a separate video about Middle Eastern fragrances. However, with this one, I am so excited to share with you my thoughts because this is highly requested from you guys. So I just cannot wait to share to you my thought about this fragrance because this has just been available in Europe and you cannot imagine how crazy I was waiting for this perfume to be available. I finally got my hands on it. It is an affordable fragrance, but you know, it's a little bit expensive when it comes to other Middle Eastern perfumes. It is from Lattafa, but it is made by my favorite perfumer, Kenton Bish. And I think that's why a lot of you are excited to hear as well thoughts and opinions on this. And what can I say? First of all, I love the bottle, guys. The bottle is so chic with this golden snake in it. And just the presentation, oh, actually I have the box in here, is just very, very nice. Kudos to Lattafa for this packaging. It really looks and feels expensive. The lid is not very heavy. It is plasticky, but it's okay. Now, let's talk about the fragrance because I think this is getting a lot of different opinions. And what can I say? I love this fragrance. I'm just gonna say it straight away. This is for someone who is into sweet fragrances. The caramel here is very heavy and it is something that will punch you in the face from the very beginning. So if you are not into sweet caramelized kind of fragrances, you won't love this one. It has that pink pepper note. However, it is enough just to give this fragrance that happy vibe. That's what I noticed about pink pepper. It gives a happy vibe in a fragrance. I find this fragrance very floral as well. And what I mean by floral is like roses and white florals. It is very sweet, but also it has a very sensual base. It has labdanum, musk, vanilla, and leather in the base. And I think they are very well blended. I don't feel any kind of screechiness. However, I must say that the musk used in here is like a very typical Middle Eastern musk, and it's quite strong. And that might be off-putting, but to me, I love this fragrance. You know, I was so excited to smell it because I want to know if it's a keeper for me. It is a very feminine kind of scent. Like I can figure out the scent just by looking at the bottle. It is sensual, it has depth, it is complex, and I know that a lot of people are comparing this to La Belle and Fancy by Jessica Simpson. I own both and I have compared them already, like side by side, and no, they are not the same. It's giving a little bit of La Belle vibe, but they are not the same. This doesn't have that typical pair that this fragrance has. And when it comes to Fancy by Jessica Simpson, that one is very light and airy. And this one has depth in it. I am happy to let you guys know that this is a big love for me and definitely a keeper. When it comes to longevity and protection, this lasts, guys. This lasts, especially on clothes. It stays longer on clothes than on skin, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't stay on skin. It stays on skin, guys, around 6 to 8 hours. So for me, that is very crucial as well, because I appreciate a fragrance when it lasts long on skin. And yeah, the scent is a big love for me as well. So this is definitely a keeper. That is TERIAQ by Lattafa. Highly recommended if you are into sweet, caramelized, strong, musky and rosy scents. So that is the video for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. By the way, I'll be making this type of series in my channel now, wherein I review hype fragrances and I'm gonna compile them in playlists. So watch out for this type of videos if you are interested in hearing my thoughts and honest reviews about this hype fragrances. Thank you so much for watching and see you on my next one, guys. Bye bye.